Hi, very good afternoon. It's Jim from Avstar. I can't keep quiet about this because it is so ridiculous. I really feel for my brothers and sisters over the pond, and I'm sure there is a huge divide right now in America about, the behaviour of Donald Trump. It was one thing to, suggest that you could annex Canada to becoming the 51st state. It was another thing to suggest that you could just take Greenland, and another thing to, say that you're going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, that you are going to take back the Panama Canal off the Panamanians, and then, you go to the next level of saying that, Gaza Strip is actually a good location for, a perfect Mediterranean holiday camp, a Riviera. And saying all this at the same time while standing next to, the Prime Minister, Netanyahu, who is, at this current moment, avoiding being arrested by the international community. For some reason, America has refused to comply with that order for war crimes. Any one of you out there from anywhere in the world, you can just do a search on Gaza on how it looks right now. Netanyahu turned it into rubble for the Palestinians. And they don't want to give up their territory, even though, it is rubble. They're still going to rebuild. That's what their ambitions are. They don't want the United States to come in there, turn it into Paradise Island with Trump Towers and hotels all out along the coastline there. That's not what their envision is. And it's very foolish and insensitive to make even such comments as what he has. I cannot take Donald Trump serious anymore. He is embarrassing the entire nation of Americans right now with the things that he is coming out with. You just have to listen to what he has said in the 2 weeks of being in the White House to realise that Donald is Donald the Clown. And he is a massive embarrassment, and the only thing he's going to achieve in performing in the manner in which he is, somebody needs to get the walking stick and grab him round the neck and pull him out of there when he starts talking, because the only thing he's going to achieve is an impeachment in the next 6 months. How could anybody in this world be so insensitive to what the Gazans have had to put up with, the Palestinians have had to put up with over the last 15 months, and make such comments that the Americans will just come over there, take it and turn it into a Riviera, a holiday destination? He's got some major problems, and I don't think he's been informed by, his staff correctly, because first of all, it would be totally illegal to remove, over 2 million Palestinians from their homeland to other countries so that this development could take place. Who has not been informing Donald the Clown of, what he can do and what he can't do? He's ostracised his neighbours, Canada, who are allies, Mexico, threatening them with tariffs and even creating trouble with China. Everything he's done in the last 2 weeks has been against world peace. Threatening Europe with tariffs, threatening the United Kingdom with tariffs. Do the Americans see that what he is doing is absolutely wrong? He went in with Elon Musk to USAID and he's pretty much shut the whole lot down. And I know that that has upset a lot of American people, in the way he's done that. But what that has done is stopped, yes, I do accept that it has stopped some of the corruptive leakage of American taxpayers' money, but at the same time, that aid would have helped millions of people around the world. And if you are one of the richest and most powerfulest countries in the world, then there is nothing wrong with you doing your fair share to, help alleviate some of the pain that other people feel around the world. That was one of the good things America did. But what Donald Trump has done is rub directly into the wound salt. He has done nothing positive in the last 2 weeks as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care how many executive orders he writes out. You know what, from this point on out now, after this last statement that he wants to turn the Gaza Strip into the Riviera of the Mediterranean, you know what, I got no respect for him whatsoever now. That was the last point. And I will see him at some point be impeached. I can see that happening. It's certainty. If he continues to rant and upset people in the way in which he is doing, he is not going to last 6 months in presidency before he's impeached and removed. Because as far as I'm concerned, in the last 2 weeks, he's given everybody, everything that they need to do that. Have a re-election, get someone in with some common sense and, understands, the rule of law. Because clearly Donald Trump does not. And he certainly doesn't respect, and I really dislike him for this, he certainly does not respect international law. If you want world peace, then you have to have international law. And if you're going to allow a spokesperson from a country that has just committed genocide on its neighbours, then how can you, be respected as a president? Simple as that. So wrong, big mistake, and as far as I'm concerned, the final, push over the edge of the cliff for him with what he's done there. But I can guarantee you this, we're going to see more of this nonsense over the next few weeks. This is just a couple of weeks into his presidency, and look at what we're seeing. It's all right for him. He's got his billionaire buddies, but it doesn't represent the majority of people that are suffering. His tariffs that he's injecting onto other countries are just going to come back and make Americans more poorer than what they are right now. And I believe that they're in a crisis with their economy and the cost of living. And all this Donald Trump is going to do by injecting tariffs on other countries, and then they boomerang right back to him, because, what did Trudeau do? No, he put tariffs back on America. And so did Mexico. And China will do so as well. And any other country that America puts tariffs on, they will be putting tariffs back on them. So, he is, containing America right now. They will have no choice, because they will have upset everybody around the world and lost their respect, their great respect that everybody has for them. They will have lost that, and no one will want to trade with them as a result of that, because we won't be putting tariffs on each other. We'll just be banging the tariffs back on the Americans. And Americans might tariff us, but, we've got, like Donald Trump says, we've got everything in the UK we need. We can damn well do without, whatever you've got to sell us. If you want to start trade wars, then, it's just going to come back on you. This is not a very intelligent man. I don't know how he became a millionaire. I really don't. Or a billionaire. But, he thinks he can do what he wants. And clearly, he's just forgetting about the fact that there are laws in place to stop that. He will never be able to take the Gaza Strip. He will never be able to include Canada into the 51st state of America. He will never take Greenland, and he will not take back the Panama Canal, and he will not be able to change, the history of the Gulf of Mexico. So there is only one thing left to do, and that is get this clown out of the position that he's in, because he is embarrassing America 100% in front of the whole world, and people are laughing right now at this situation, because it is a joke what is taking place right now. What he is suggesting is impossible to achieve. Greenlandic people don't want America taking it over. They're happy how they are, and so does the Canadians. They're happy as they are. You know what I have seen over the last few days is that Canadians are taking American products off the shelves and not selling them because of what he said. That's not good for American business, and it certainly won't be helping you out over there, guys, economically. Just because you've got one of the largest armies in the world doesn't mean you can treat this world as though it is a sweetie shop and you can help yourself to whatever you want in there because you seem to think you've got a free card for that. No. The shop owner is not going to allow you to do it because no free card exists. But, you know what? When you deliberately stand next to another man, Benjamin Netanyahu, who is wanted and has an arrest warrant out for him by the international court, and you don't respect that, well, you show the rest of the world exactly how much you consider world peace. That's all I've got to say. I am interested in your comments down there. I'm pretty sure, I have upset some Americans, but I hope that they do see what the points that I've made out here are, and this is ridiculous. I'm just hoping that they recognise that as well. And I feel sorry for them because they've been embarrassed by this man in the 2 weeks that he's been in the White House. Put your comments down there in the section, and we'll have a little discussion about, the rights and the wrongs, and what you feel he has achieved, if anything. As always, bye for now.